Gary, Carshalton won, Billericay Town 0. Really hard one to take. I mean, you must be extremely disappointed with that result, given our first half performance being so good.
Yeah, look, the second half performance never got to the levels of the first half, is the bottom line. That I suppose disappoints me more, but you know, the goal sort of against the run of play, Chris, and then obviously the sending off has had a detrimental effect on the outcome of the result. There's no question about that. I said to the chaps at half time, I mean, you know, when you've got all your big hitters on the pitch like we had, and I say big hitters in terms of our talisman, in terms of our goals, in terms of our offensive threat, you know, players that have played this level, played the level above, and you know, and are more than capable. They've got to take responsibility. And I just felt in the first half we'd had way too many chances, way too many moments, way too many situations, be it from restarts, be it from open play, to have gone in 0-0. And it was, you know, you commended them for the performance, and I did at half time, you know, but I could see there was a dejection and a bit of despondency that they're not in front. And you know, and that has an impact on performance second half. You know, that you come in, you have that 15 minutes of downtime, and you want to, you know, you really want to, not, you know, the break not to come as such. Although they did find themselves back in the game a little with the last 5 minutes of the first half, you know, by earning themselves quite a few free kicks in certain situations. But you know, I wasn't pleased with the last half hour of the game. I think the last 30 minutes, when I wanted to see a bit more from us, a little bit more energy, a bit more enthusiasm, a bit more powers of recovery, didn't quite get it. And admittedly, it's tough against a possession-based team when you go down to 10 men. I thought the second yellow card was ridiculous on our part, although I felt, you know, the officials, you know, struggled to take control of the game. It was littered with yellow cards, you know, me included. If you look at what mine was for, it's, you know, it's ridiculous. And
it's 12 in all.
12 in all,
yep.
In a game that's maybe had one or two challenges that was worthy. That tells you all you need to know. And I get officials are now told to manage games and manage games better and manage time better, and you know, they're constantly told that, but that wasn't worthy of 12 yellow cards, Chris. I mean, that is just, you know, it really tells you the sort of the levels of the performance. But that wasn't, again, the reason we've not come away with anything today. We've got to be, you know, we've got to be accountable. And if you watch the goal back, we earn a free kick, you know, deep in our sort of half edge of our box. We try and play it quickly. We try and be cute, you know, in the central areas of the pitch, when we had made the team fully aware that their biggest strength is their counter-attack, is their, you know, in transition. They punished us. You know, we never recovered quickly enough. They broke on us, and you know, I'm disappointed. I'm disappointed with the goal we conceded, and it gave us something to try and it gave them something to hang on to, and us something to try and recover. And we, as I just said, we never showed, for me, enough powers of recovery. Admittedly, with -1 for the last part.
We've had a little chat about it already, but we think we should have had a penalty in that first half when there was a handball which looked to be inside the area, and you've seen it back.
I spoke to the second, you know, the second official, and he said that he stands in a position that tells him that he's not sure. Well, the referee has given it, you know, for handball, so it's handball. We've got the beauty of seeing it back on our screen, and we can see he's about a foot inside the box. From the referee's angle, he can't, but you know, he's got to be sure, I guess, you know, that situation there. Although it was a penalty, you have to give him the benefit of the doubt that he wasn't sure from his position, and he's ended up giving a free kick. But it was definitely one that got away that really should have been a penalty, Chris.
So Icorgi's been sent off for 2 yellows. He's now suspended next Saturday, I believe. What are the chances of Jazzy, Barnum Bob being fit?
Yeah, he was in full training this week, which is really pleasing to see. So as long as he's come through again today, as long as he comes through Tuesday and Thursday, then yes, he will be available for Saturday. You know, I'm sure we'd have used him Saturday, Monday anyway to freshen up where we needed to, because it's going to be a big ask on the chaps. You know, it's a big ask on anyone in the league, 5 games in to go Saturday, Monday, but you know, a couple of teams do it anyway with the way their fixtures pan out. So we've got to make sure we recover and we recover quickly. We've got to have a good working week. I think there's no question of that. I still stand by what I said on Monday after a really good point and Saturday after a really good win. We're still, for me, we're still picking up the after effects of a pre-season that was pretty challenging for us as a management team. But it's no excuse. If you watch the game today and you watch the second half Tuesday, you would know that we've created more than enough chances in two halves of football, both in the Dartford game and today in the first half, to be sitting 5, 6, 7 goals to the good. We're sitting 1, so it tells you what we've got to be better at and where we've got to be more efficient. We're 11 games in now from pre-season, the very first game of pre-season, and we've had 1 clean sheet. So goalkeeper, back 4, midfield and attack need to obviously take stock of that as well, because keeping clean sheets is the bedrock for any success, and so that needs to be better. And I did share that with the chaps before the game, and I'll share that with them again this week, that that's where the platform is to build from, is being stingy, because if we wouldn't have conceded such a bad goal, we maybe don't make such a bad challenge, and maybe as the game goes on they get a little more edgy because of how dominant we've been, and it's maybe us on the right side of the result. But we've got a big week ahead of us, Chris, and I'm sure the response from the squad will be exactly where it needs to be, because next Saturday Cray's another tough game.
Gary, thanks very much.
You're welcome.